bracket. MFA still in, and of course we got Captain Krupp and MK Leo. Now we got our next two opponents right here. We got ShinyMark, the Pikachu extraordinaire, getting ready to do the darn thing, versus Loaf. That's right, the epitome of not just winning, but twinning. For those who don't know, Loaf is a twin, all right? And you don't want to see him and his brother in doubles, let's put it that way.
No, you definitely don't. I've experienced it. It's not pretty. But yeah, this is going to be, I think, a very classic matchup. You're going to have ShinyMark having the opportunity to play the safer game, the neutral, using that T-Jolt very effectively against the stubbiness of Wario. But at the same time, because Wario has so much airspeed, sometimes he can jump over those, he can zone break you unexpectedly, and that's something Loaf's going to be looking for.
Okay, there's that back air. Both of these two characters are going to spend a lot of time in the air, and for good reason, of course. I mean, when they start to land on you with these buttons, and more importantly, these very safe buttons and very quick buttons, it's really going to make the other side sweat here. It's going to be almost a mini game if you will, off the backboard. No mini game needed. That one was right on the console. That was NBA Street if I've ever seen it.
That was a tricky one to tech because he was so close. You don't know when you're going to hit it or if he's going to get to finish the move. And unfortunately, that time, Loaf wasn't able to find the right answer. Goes for the down tilt into a tech chase. Not able to find it. ShinyMark now playing with the nukes. And there's that T-Jolt, breaking it up. Loaf throwing out those forward airs, trying to get himself some advantage because that has such a short, low short hop. He's able to break through the T-Jolts while advancing, which is very strong.
Okay, using these T-Jolts right here just to keep Wario at bay. You know, he's approaching a lot with that 4-frame there. Again, one of Wario's quicker options in this toolkit, and more importantly, one of his options that lead into just damage. 2-frame pummel has you off stage. Okay, wait a minute. Whiffs the grab. Love that back air.
I love that you mentioned that 4-frame nair as well because it's such a great get off me option when you're in disadvantage, because ShinyMark is playing a character who has some true combos, but more likes to push into advantage state, likes to get you to make the wrong air dodge choice and then punish you for it. So Loaf's just going to throw out that nair and say, no, we're resetting.
Yeah, every time. Nothing wrong with a good old reset to the neutral, especially when things are getting a little out of control. And on the topic of things getting out of control, ShinyMark right here said Pikachu, level 100, making Loaf sweat right now.
Yeah, he's looking good. He is playing super slow as well at the beginning of this stock, trying to get himself into the right position, just fighting for stage control, which Loaf is trying to prevent him from doing, but is unsuccessful. There's that swing out.
It's tough, man. I mean, both sides are kind of playing the same game here, and it just feels like Loaf is just, kind of beat to the swing.
Up air bridges, okay.
Right, no.
Okay, we're still good. ShinyMark, I apologize for saying you didn't have the true combos. Clearly I was mistaken, as the forward air once again putting him into the corner, goes for another up air, goes for a down air thunder. How do all of these moves connect?
I mean, look, if there's a will, there's most certainly a way on ShinyMark's behalf. Going to go for the up B out of shield. Pressure just getting a little too thick right now on ShinyMark's behalf. Okay, nice. Going to go for the drag down there, up tilt, back air. That should be enough to do it. All smiles on Pikachu's face right there.
I feel like ShinyMark realized on that last stock that Loaf is not air dodging. He's scared to give it to him for good reason, because those resets can just stretcher you off the entire stage, can take your stock super early. So in those scenarios, what do? You just keep extending, you keep holding forward with that advantage state until Loaf tells you got to do something else.
And that's what it's all about. Again, just kind of close off as many options as possible for both sides, especially two characters that are comprised of some pretty similar ingredients, at least when it comes to how they approach the neutral. Of course, Pikachu a little quicker than Wario is, but a lot of what happens comes out of that short hop something animation, and this felt like right there in that game, when it comes for just damage and output off of hits, ShinyMark just got the most bang for his buck.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Pikachu overall is the faster character, and that quick attack has a lot to do with it. But one place where Loaf can try to take advantage of his own speed is that air acceleration. That's something that Wario thrives in. He's kind of like good Jigglypuff, right? We've all heard that. And the big reason is the airspeed. However, he's not getting a chance as ShinyMark. He was already dead. You didn't have to do that to him, but he did it anyway.
He did it anyway just to send a message, okay? You might have ran in bracket until you ran into me. Now things are going to go down a little differently. You guys get the drag down there. Nothing off the up tilt, but great presence of mind to know that he is on his way back down. Good on ShinyMark to go down through the center of the platform and not the end of the platform.
I don't think ShinyMark has missed a noob yet.
I don't think he has.
He's so consistent. Going for the rising nair there, so not trying to get that drag down, which makes sense at this percent. 104, though, on your second stock, mind you. And another bad trade. This time, though, it's ShinyMark who misses the tech. Get over here.
Sits him down. Tummy time. I love the nair. Okay, nothing off the down tilt. Just trying to hit him with the what are those. Not quite able to connect. Now, you know, after down tilt, usually dash hack is on the horizon, and it's so good on ShinyMark just to try to stay out of that bubble. Loaf right now really struggling, but the job ain't done just yet. Again, Wario is a character equipped with that comeback mechanic, coupled with the fact that Loaf is such a talented player. We can see something happen here.
We definitely can, but we haven't seen it yet. In the first game, Loaf was not able to find the waft. Let's see if it's going to be more of the same as ShinyMark continues to put on pressure in the corner. He makes him do something from the ledge just by throwing out that T-Jolt, and then he reacts.
Whoa, okay. Up throw. No red stuff, no nothing. That was enough to get it done. I thought for sure we were going to see up throw into T-Jolt, or not T-Jolt, but excuse me, but down special, but yeah, threw me off there a little bit. ShinyMark right now just kind of moving and grooving and just cooking his way through this match. I got to see a big play here from Loaf, and I got to see it fast.
ShinyMark also definitely taking full advantage of the fact that if he goes under the stage, ooh, that's a dead rat. But if he does go under the stage, he doesn't have to deal with situations exactly like what we saw, because Loaf can't really, with the speed of his character, react to which side he goes to when he goes underneath.
Oh, the final hit there back air. That is just... It's a lot of frames on your shield, man. Oh, man.
Oh, no, not like that. Waveland down as well, and another nair. These quick attacks also comboing into a tech chase off the quick attack. ShinyMark is cooking right now.
Okay, try to ghost ride the whip. Ooh, okay, nothing off the grab. And again, the thing about Wario is that he needs that one hit to turn into that next hit. And it feels like ShinyMark is just closing off all access to that initial hit, not giving him anything off it. No bike at all. Okay, still in those recovery frames.
He did get that tech, though, keeping himself alive. Finally has an opportunity. Unfortunately, no trip on the down tilt. ShinyMark back in the upper zone.
Oh, and the deep back air. Clean stuff from ShinyMark.
And it's so active, right? It's a way to turn a 50-50 into a guarantee. If you can just be in the right place, it doesn't matter if you air dodge or not, if you early up B or not, you're still going to get hit.
Every time. Beautiful stuff right there from ShinyMark. Of course, Loaf. I don't want anybody that's tuning in that's just seen Loaf for the first time to think that, you know, he's not him. Loaf is one of the best players to ever do it. This is just kind of a tough outing for him. But if I know Loaf as well as I think I do, we could definitely get a game on the board for ourselves and push this to a game number 5.
Yeah, a comeback player for a comeback character. Let's see what he can do. He's hovering Hollow Bastion. I'm curious to see if that's the stage pick. Honestly, I'll be honest, I don't think stages have been the deciding factor.
I don't think so either. I think this has just been a matter of one side jumps in the air, the other side stops the other one from jumping in the air, and how those both of those two ideologies kind of clash together in the middle. And it just feels like Loaf not stopping ShinyMark from jumping is a very difficult thing to do. And then when ShinyMark jumps in on Loaf, he gets everything he's looking for. So got to figure out a way to flip the script right now if you're Loaf. If that can even happen here in this match early on the offstage shenanigans, frame 4 nair. Let me see something.
Ooh, I love that thunder as well. ShinyMark typically uses that thunder all the way down underneath in the center of the stage. So I think that's what caught Loaf a little bit off guard there. And once again, doing a mix-up, going to the center, it forces Loaf to just kind of hold center stage and hope that he can keep him in the corner. Ooh. Yeah, get off me. We got DPs too. It may not be Cloud, it may not be quite as big, but it's just as effective if you use it right.
Okay, and those hands trying to get super effective right here, man. Can't quite get anything off of the up tilt. And again, some of these party starting options that Wario has in his toolkit just not aiding Loaf here in some of these interactions. It's usually down tilt and that up tilt. They can get some great things started here. But like I mentioned before, it's kind of like driving in Mario Kart with no items. You're kind of just standing around not doing much.
Meanwhile, ShinyMark using every item in his toolkit. He's comboing off of T-Jolt, he's comboing off of Quick Attack. So hard to get, like Loaf doesn't have a chance to reset neutral because there's always a projectile or a teleporting rat right in his face.
Okay, but still in it right now, even stocks and playing this one super safe. I'm loving these nairs out of shield right here from Loaf, just allowing ShinyMark to go first. I don't mind being patient in the neutral if I know that I can get the answer back I'm looking for every time.
Ooh, up airs, forward airs, down tilt again. Not just the projectiles, my man, he's using every move he has on his controller in neutral. This is the way Sakurai intended you to play the video game.
I think so.
Trying to ride the bike, getting aggressive with that wheelie, no dice though, as ShinyMark just full hops over it, and again, so hard to land, and now you don't even have that bike as a backup option because it's in the corner.
Okay. Bike online, nothing off the forwarder, switching the sides. And again, just a little too high on the short hop. What looked to be forward air. ShinyMark stuffing him out, but gets stuffed out right there in the corner with the back air for the first time. Loaf with the lead, and I want to see what we're going to do right here to extend it. Tummy time, up air.
It's such a great reminder as well of the moment you take the slightest error, the angle on that up special was just off by a few degrees, and that's how Loaf gets a stock for free.
Yeah, 100%. Okay. Okay, we were trying things right there.
Ooh, 169. This Wario dummy thick. He will not die. Up throw's going to do it. Opting to break the bike as well, resetting everything. Let's see what Loaf can do with this lead.
Yeah, for sure. Of course, going to go for the forward throw. Right to the forward air, excuse me.
He's spacing. He wanted the back air, and then he mixed him up with the landing nair. I love that because he has the timing mix up of the active frames at the end of it.
Yeah, and again, just the mix up on the timing is just really what I think has pushed ShinyMark to this limit right now. He knows I'm up 2 games. Mixing up Loaf's timing has been everything here, but it's not going to be just that to get the job done. Ooh. Loaf right now is starting to figure it out. As the young homies like to say, I understand it now. There's dash attack.
Well, let's see if he can enact it as well. 98% on Pikachu. That is absolutely kill percent. And you also got to remember, of course, that waft has not come up yet. But I'm hearing some rumblies in the tumblies. We're almost there.
Down to, oh my God.
I can't believe that didn't connect. At that percent?
I'm surprised too. Again, he's been scouting out for him throughout the majority of this set, but that down tilt he gets, he just can't quite get that second hit afterwards.
ShinyMark starting to bring this back. This is getting scary for Loaf. He does get the hit, but he just can't edge guard. He can't ledge trap the mouse. No matter how hard he tries, ShinyMark is managing to get back to center stage with impunity.
Every time, man, just virtually unscathed, if you will. Then situation reset either side. Again, you reset that neutral. What little bit of advantage you had is just now gone. Oh, knew that he wasn't going to tech. Smart of him to roll in right there, but even smart on ShinyMark to catch him with down air.
ShinyMark's tech chases have been so on point. That's
really
part of where he's been able to get his big combo starters, because he'll hit you with the quick attack or the down tilt, and then he'll just get the perfectly spaced and timed down air to follow up.
Gets the pummels that time. Up throw?
Not enough. But we're getting awfully close. 172. No Pikachu should ever live to this percent.
No, absolutely not, man. We got to start setting the mouse traps now.
Yeah, I don't know what they're feeding him, but it is working.
And then I feel like the Thunder Jolt is actually what helped him get that back air lasting just a little bit longer. Oh, yummy.
Delicious. Eat your Wheaties.
Okay, down tilt. Doesn't get anything off of it. ShinyMark right now trying to play this one as safe as possible.
This has been such a slow game as well. That pace change has really worked out well for Loaf, not being the aggressor, willing to play to his win condition now that he has the lead, and ShinyMark is struggling to do anything about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so important that a character like Wario gets the lead because you don't want to play from behind with the waft. You very much want to have the stock lead and, of course, have that waft in your pocket just in case.
Ooh. He's stuck in the corner, though.
Okay,
this
not
is the opportunity.
Nope, not this time. And smart on Loaf right there to not jump. I very much feel like ShinyMark, again, is just waiting for him to get pressure in that corner and then go for a short hop, panic something to get himself out of harm's way. Loaf, of course, trying not to give it to him here, but it's tough.
Just playing so slow, looking for those kill options, and he finds it. ShinyMark with the back air, hit him with the twirl and hurl, the spin to win. 66%, make that 82 though. You got to be so careful.
You most certainly do because, again, things can get very much out of control right here at the drop of a hat. Going to go for the down tilt. Nothing off the F. I mean, he is just looking.
Yeah, he's fishing.
He's fishing right now. He wants him to just go for something aggressive up close. ShinyMark has done such a great job throughout the majority of this set, just dancing around low shield. I'm going to eat that, bro.
The double T-jolts as well. ShinyMark trying to do double duty, getting himself back into this down tilt into dash attack. Does hit that time, but not even close to killing. However, the parries, this is where ShinyMark starts to turn it up.
Okay, starting to come alive a little bit more. You got to make sure everything you go for is airtight. Like I was saying, you got to make sure everything you go for is airtight because if there's even the smallest window of opportunity for me to go for waft, if I'm Loaf, I'm going to take it every time.
Yeah, you definitely need something airtight. That one's stanky out there. I was not ready. The timing perfect from Loaf. If ShinyMark had waited longer for that recovery, the waft wouldn't have connected.
No, absolutely not. Again, it's just a matter of timing here between these two individuals. I mean, we have seen just the combo execution and just how flawless it's been from the very start. But when it comes down to this here, timing is going to make so much more of a difference. ShinyMark right now Still up 2-1. Yeah, he's thinking. Some thoughts are being thunk out there.
He hit him with a
Okay.
Man, he's got headphone on headphone action as well. That's crazy. Got to make sure he can't hear the commentators in the venue.
That's right. Yeah, he's locked. He's in the matrix right now. Here we go. 2 games right now to Loaf's 1. Loaf was able to figure some. Oh, yummy. I'm going to eat those Thunder Jolts. They don't do anything for me at 0, but I just need to let you know how I'm moving.
If nothing else, it forces ShinyMark to do something, right? He became the aggressor after that. He went in and he got his hit, but still, it proves to Loaf that that is something that works in the matchup.
And it's working in a major way. There's the short hop near on the way back up, just threatening the space at the lead. If you go for neutral get up, I have an option for you. Whoa. Okay, bike boys, we back.
He dragged him so far down there as well. Such a late T-jolt. And now 102 on Loaf. His win condition relies so heavily based on that last game on getting the first stock before ShinyMark. Oh no, goes for the read on the positioning, not able to get it. A little bit off on the timing, 82%, but the T-jolt the up special gonna get him back for free.
That's right. Cooking right now, can't quite figure out a way to track him down. Probably nothing off the command grab, and I'm liking that. He knows that, again, if I use Thunder Jolt, the average player will shield it, and then fighting game classic, you shield my projectile, I'm moving in. He does have a command grab that eats it. I'm going to allow him to eat it, but I'm going to get close.
Yeah, you're kind of sacrificing damage for positioning there. It's a sliding scale that you get to trade off a little bit as ShinyMark in this matchup. And so far, it's working well for him. Only 82% on this first stock. Loaf now trying something different. He's approaching with that forward air through the T-jolt instead, which is more reminiscent of game number 1.
100%. Oh, the falling upper. Nice. The nair drag down. Hold up a second. I got loops galore.
Let him cook.
Okay. Oh, I love that. The fake out. That's right. The fall away. Short hop down there away. Knew that he was going to try to go for a grab afterwards. Double dare. 2,000. Jesus.
Not the 2,000.
Right. It's slime time.
That's tough. And speaking of tough, Loaf's in a tough position right now. Grab release. That is scary. We do have the waft. You could theoretically, if you can get the starter here and get the right hits, you can confirm, you can keep this into an even game.
You most certainly could. I mean, it's going to be a testament of just willpower right now. And as it stands, I can't ignore the elephant in the room. That is, ShinyMark with the very commanding lead right now. You do have the waft online, but it's so important that you get it done on this stock and that you're not forced to use it on your final stock.
And how do you find it right now, the way ShinyMark is playing? There's a reason that the only waft this entire set was a hard read off stage. He had an opportunity there, but unfortunately, somehow, ShinyMark was able to get out and mash Nair.
I got to see a replay on that. How is he able to catch him out of Nair? I don't even think, it didn't look like the Nair animation had ended yet, but maybe that's just how frame tight, ShinyMark's execution is. I don't know.
Yeah, that was weird.
Up tilt Nair. We're getting looped.
Speaking of Nairs, does finally drop it when he goes for the grab. However, that's what we were talking about. That's how Loaf gets back into this. 48% for your troubles, but he has an opportunity to bring this to game 5.
I mean, it's just all about that patience that we talked about before. Just being able to hold shield and say, okay, you're attacking, you're pressing buttons. Now it's my turn. And that right there paid off for him in a big way. Delay on the up tilt or up air. Not giving it to him. Bite time.
Tried to catch him jumping, however, ShinyMark just shielding through it, right? That's the 50-50. Am I going to take it like a champ, or am I going to try to get out of the way? And right now, ShinyMark, he's got that championship belt on his mind. 85% on this Wario, that's almost kill percent.
It most certainly is. You're going to have to get this stock taken the good old-fashioned way right here if you're Loaf. It's going to be a very difficult thing to do, but it's not going to be an impossible thing to do. It can be done. ShinyMark's just going to make you work for it.
He wanted the jump, didn't give it to him. However, F-tilt gets past the up special. That's something that Loaf has been struggling with. That's adaptation right there.
Oh, okay, the double jump. Oh, wait, I thought that was supposed to be electro.
He fell out.
I'm good. Oh, no!
What happened?
Wait a minute. I thought for sure it was Magnet Hand City. There is no doubt in my mind. I was like, Wario's going to be able to come back from this. Not the best recovery in the world. Obviously, that's what the bike is for. But I'm like, if you play Smash, then I'm in the bubble, of trajectory to be able to come back to the ledge. But I guess the game mechanics had a different plan at hand right there for Loaf. Great stuff between those two players. ShinyMark, of course, played his absolute heart out and was able to triumph and move on.
That's a tragic ending as well. I think he had a jump, didn't he?
It looked like he had a jump.
Sure.
Looked like he had a jump. He went for immediate up B too, which again I don't blame him because again with how ShinyMark has been playing off stage, I need to get some hitboxes out and active hitboxes and fast. Okay, that way I can at least go for a trade as I'm already by the ledge. But Wasn't even at the left. I thought for sure he was going to catch it.
Yeah, very weird. Unfortunate.